a really serious problem on boats, and that is a neutral to ground bond at an appliance or in the AC shore power system. What we're referring to here is a connection between the green grounding wire and the white AC neutral. Now, historically, this was a problem with appliances used in homeowner or terrestrial installations. Typical sources for a neutral to ground link are electric ranges at 240 volts or clothes dryers. Another very common source is a boat that's been worked on by a land-based electrician versus a true marine electrician. The reason for that is that under the National Electric Code, the neutral to ground link is often at the main AC panel board, and a land-based electrician is going to be inclined to wire it that way. The reason this is such a concern is that what happens in effect if the boat is wired to ABYC standards is that every time the AC appliance gets turned on, it's actually going to provide an alternate path for AC current through the grounding system, which ultimately can actually leak out through the bottom of the boat into the water, so the boat's floating in. So this can create a potentially lethal situation on board. To check for this is fairly simple. All you need to do is get to one of the receptacles on the boat, and with the power turned off, everything turned off, you're going to use the ohm meter scale on your multimeter, and you're simply going to plug in to the neutral and the green grounding lug at a duplex receptacle. And what you're looking for is an open circuit. You don't want to see a connection between those two. So here I'm going to use my 8110 Blue Sea meter set to ohms or continuity, and we see that the scale just goes to no reading. I'm going to go over to my receptacle and connect, and we find that we've got a completely open circuit, which tells me that we do not have a neutral to ground bond in that series of the circuit. Typically, that'll cover everything for the whole boat. It depends on how the boat's wired to some degree, but for the most part, this is coming from the primary AC panel, and that's indicative that all is well in that area. The classic place, besides the electrician, the land-based electrician, for creating this fault, is if you get on board a boat and you see replacement AC appliances like an electric range or an electric clothes dryer, you're going to need to be looking for a little tab on the back of the case where the AC service connects. We have pictures of what that tab might look like within the slides for this program.